everybody. I'm going to go ahead and take myself off video. You guys are more than welcome to ask questions in the chat box or unmute yourself as I'm presenting, and then we'll go from there, okay? So today we are going to go over setting SMART goals. So what you'll learn today is benefits of goal setting, how to create SMART goals, as well as tips for getting started towards your goals. So this will allow you to learn how to structure your goals and organize your goals. And so today you'll be learning how to start setting those up through SMART goals. So here is some goal inspiration. So there are three types of people in this world. Those people who make things happen, those who watch things happen, and those who wonder what happened. So we all have a choice. You can decide which type of person you want to be. So people who make things happen are those people that are making, working towards their goal, making their goals happen. So this quote is just kind of like a comparison of those people who are working towards those goals, those people who are, waiting for things to kind of happen to them. So it's important to see if you are a person that is setting your goals, you're putting action towards that. You can also be motivating to those who are watching things happen, but also those that are watching things are not, taking action towards those goals. So if you have to figure out which one of these you are in order for you to be able to, start working towards your goals, making things a little bit more, written out for you and starting to work towards those goals and not just watching everybody else, get a new car or start, budgeting or saving money. You want to be that person that is working towards those goals. And if those are if you're an individual that just waits for things to happen or you're waiting for things to happen with you, you got to start working for things without expecting for it to fall on your lap. Working towards your goals is important because things don't just happen. People that have things that they want or that they had aspired to have at one point are working towards those goals. It's not just falling in their lap. So it's important for you guys to be inspired and also look at this quote as a motivation in order for you guys to start working towards your goals. So what is a goal? A goal is to aim or a desire that leads you to a final result. A goal is anything that you desire to have or be within a certain time frame. These are things that you want in your life, things that you aspire, things that you think about, things that you want for yourself as an individual or for your family. This can simply be saving money, budgeting, wanting to go back to school, returning back to the workforce. It could be working out or losing weight. This is a goal that you want in order for you to get a final result from. So what prevents us from setting goals? Direction in our lives is necessary in order for you to avoid feeling helpless or out of control. And so why do most people not set goals? So we understand life happens. Life happens to everybody. And life will give you setbacks and interfere in your goals sometimes. But it's important for you to be able to learn that is part of you, getting distracted from your goals. You want to be able to know that you are working towards your goals, even though life happens. If you're something where you're trying to set up and save money and, something happens where your tire blows out and you need to buy a new tire. And so that takes away from you getting, from money from your savings because you're not able to move forward with that because you're tapping into that. But life does happen, but it's important for you to have structure and have a plan B in order for you to avoid feeling helpless or out of control. So setting up your goals is important, but, we understand that there are things that prevent us from getting there. So benefits of setting goals. So goals give you something to strive towards. That also allows you to focus your attention on what you want for your future and also create a map for your life. Also remember, goals build a sense of purpose. It builds your self-esteem, your self-confidence. These are things that you're gonna benefit from getting a goal. How often do we think that, we can't do something and we're not able to do it? And then when we finally achieve it, it feels good. You have a good feeling from doing it. This is an example of me. Like, I had stopped working out during, COVID and the pandemic. I was able to start to set a goal, or I was able to write things down where I wanted to start running a mile every day. So I thought I couldn't do it at one point because it had been so long that I had started, since working out. We had been, working from home and, not getting out as much or not getting as much steps, but I was able to strive for a goal where I wanted to start running a mile every day and, timing myself with that. So that was something where I was able to feel good, because at one point I thought I wasn't able to do it because I had completely stopped working on those health goals or by working out. So, when you achieve that goal, it's going to feel good when you complete it. So what are SMART goals? So SMART goals, as you can see here, it's spelled out as SMART, but each letter means something. So the acronym is SMART, but each letter has a different meaning and how you can work towards those goals. So you want it to be specific first. You want the goal that you have to be very direct, and what do you want? You want to know what you want to accomplish from that. So make your goal specific and narrow it down. So if, for example, if you want to start looking for a job, if you just say you just want a job and not saying what type of specific job you want to do, then, you're not really being specific with that. So if you want a specific role in customer service, you can say, hey, write down your goal where you want to specifically seek employment in customer service. So you want to make sure that it's specific and direct. And the M stands for measurable. How will you know you completed your goal? How are you going to measure that you're going to accomplish that goal and getting that customer service job? Define what evidence you will need to prove your progress with that. So maybe you can set a goal like, apply for 5 jobs a week that lands directly towards customer service. And then you can also set a goal where you maybe obtain 2 interviews a month, where you're able to kind of measure and see where you can move forward with that. You also want to make sure that it's attainable. What are you going to do to accomplish that goal? What are things that you need to do in order for it to be realistic and attainable? So for example, with employment, make sure you can accomplish your goal in a certain specific time. So if you want to land a job within 3 months, you want to make sure that you write that down and make sure that that's an attainable and realistic time. If you say, hey, I want to find a job by tonight or tomorrow, that's not an attainable goal. You want it to be something where you're going to be able to be realistic about the goal and also be able to give yourself time to work towards that goal. So within a month, you're able to achieve, a full-time employment, or 3 months, whatever is more realistic towards you. You also want to make it relevant. Can you achieve your goal in the circumstances and resources around you? Is this something, how you can determine if this aligns with your values, your focus, if this is something that you really want to do? So let's say if you really do want to do the customer service, what you could do in the meantime as you're seeking employment, you can start attending workshops that are relevant towards customer service, or you can get a certification that is relevant towards customer service. You want to make sure that it's something that you want to do and it's relevant to your specific goal as well. And then time bound. What are the start dates and end dates for this? Every goal needs a target date, something where you're able to obtain that and you're working towards that. So you want to make sure that you put a realistic time bound frame in order for you to be able to achieve that. So give yourself a deadline. That way you're able to, move forward with that goal. And, once you achieve that goal, you'll be able to see how organized and structured it was in order for you to move forward with that goal and obtain it. So if you have a piece of paper, have a pen next to you, you can start writing down some SMART goals for yourself. Here's another example. If you join a health club March 1st, 2021, and work out 3 days a week until May 30th, 2021, as you can see here, this is a specific goal. This gives you a time frame, and it gives you what you're going to be doing towards that time. So you're going to, give yourself a time frame to achieve that goal with your SMART goals. So, these are just examples that you want to use in order for you to be precise, and then also giving yourself tools to work towards that goal. And then that's it. So if we have any questions or comments.
I just wanted to indicate to everyone also, and you can correct me if I'm wrong on this, Monica, but they don't need to be, they are what we call organic, which means that they have the ability to change the goals if they're not going to be able to reach them right then and there. They can move them around and be a little bit more open, so they don't feel that they're too stringent in some cases.
Yes, you could definitely modify as you're working towards your goals. You can definitely modify that goal to something that's going to be a little bit more realistic, because sometimes we do set goals where we think we're going to be able to accomplish it, and then life happens and you have to kind of modify that goal. It's like working out. If you try to do a push-up regular and then you thought you could do it but then you really can't, then you can modify that and modify that push-up. So it's definitely your goals. You want them to be realistic, and they're definitely something that you can modify.
They can also be kind of scary, right? Because I've had I'm setting some of my own goals and they've been a little scary.
Yes.
Started is the whole thing.
Yes, like running the mile for me, like I started with like what, 15, 20 minutes where you're starting to work towards that mile. And then, slowly as you continue to build your endurance and start working towards and practicing, then my time got smaller with that. So, but everybody's different. And, it's definitely something good for you guys to have, to write down your goals and to be able to, really define what you want and really start writing it down. If you have a pen and paper on your downtime, make sure that you're writing things that you desire, things that you want in your life to be successful. If you guys need any assistance with that, this is also something that you can reach out to your workforce readiness specialist. We could assist you mapping things out and just kind of narrowing things, because sometimes when we have goals in our mind, they're kind of all over the place. So, this is just a tip for you guys to start writing things down and being a little bit more specific. And it's a great tool for you to use towards your goals.
Yeah, I think that when you talk about, for example, home ownership, that's a big goal. That's a long-term goal for some people. But then you want to set the smaller goals up where you're saying, okay, how do I get to that goal? I think, first of all, I need to have a job that is going to bring in some income. If the job I currently have doesn't have that income, do I need to learn something different so that I can increase my income? And if I have to increase my income and work on my credit at the same time, these are three, separate smaller goals that are going to work towards reaching your bigger goal. And so this is what Monica is talking about. You want to start to look at what your ultimate goal is. What is your ultimate dream? What is your ultimate want? And then start taking the steps to get there. Little by little. It doesn't happen overnight, but if you start taking little steps, you'll get there.
Yeah, most definitely. Do we have any comments or questions? Anna?
For the Zoom meetings for this week, if you can put that up again.
Oh, sure. Were you guys able to hear me okay? I felt like I was cutting out.
Oh, we do.
How about you, Anna? How are you doing with your goals?
Well, I think I was gonna piggyback on what you were saying about smaller goals, and it doesn't have to be. They can be all kinds of goals. They can be financial goals, like saving money, or they can be health-wise, drinking more water and walking or doing exercise, like Monica was saying, or for a house. So, you guys can apply to your dream. Each of the SMART goals need to be your goals. What do you want? I saw John C. said car, so she start, that one might be one of her goals is get a car. So she will need to start doing SMART and specific. And just like Monica said, all of these specific goals for her to actually be able to achieve by her car.
That's so true. I mean, I know that we as a group, as a team in our department, we set up small 30-day goals. So we take on a challenge for a whole 30 days and see if we can do it. And you'll be surprised at some of the outcomes. I mean, one of the things that I wanted to do was start setting up my art again. So I started painting again within our goals. And it became such a relaxing thing that I've continued to do it even now. It helps me relax. It helps me then think about all the other things that I want to do. And so that sparked me wanting to get more healthy, which sparked me wanting to then start moving into more walking. So goals can be taken in different ways for each and every one of you.
Yeah, most definitely. It could also be done with self-care. I think that's something that's really important as well. So it could be simple things, but you know, there's no rules to achieving, you know, what you want as far as goals, you know, as long as they're healthy goals for you and you're able to move forward with that. Also, something that I didn't mention throughout the workshop is, you know, surround yourself with people that motivate you and support you. You want to make sure that you're surrounding yourself with, you know, people that are gonna be your cheerleaders, that are gonna be able to surround you, yourself with healthy people and people that are gonna, you know, be a positive influence in your life and that are going to motivate you. I think that that's something sometimes we get distracted, where maybe it could be a friend or a family member or even a partner that is not so supportive and that may be interfering in your goals. But, you know, start small and start surrounding yourself with people that are positive. Those things, little things like that are going to motivate you to work towards those goals.
Wow, that's so true. That is so true. If you don't have somebody who's motivating you or keeping you focused on your goal or holding you accountable, even writing down your SMART goals, as Monica was saying, is a way of holding yourself accountable so that you are setting those goals. But yes, the right cheerleader, the right person, and those negative Nellies, just try to get them away from you.
Yeah. All right. Do we have any other comments? Anybody else wants to share? If not, we'll go ahead and end it on that note. Thank you guys for attending. Thank you for being patient with the whole in and out process. If I broke out, I apologize. But thank you for attending, and please attend our future workshops that are coming up, okay? Have a great day.
Thank you all.
Thank
Bye,
you.
guys. Thank you for attending.
Thank you for
Bye.
attending. Bye.